Hello everybody, welcome to Homeschool, and we are with the classification of periodic table chapter, and today we are talking about the next property called atomic size. In my previous video we spoke about valence electrons and valency, okay, and now we will talk about the property called atomic size, and we will discuss the trends in atomic size. That means from left to right in a periodic table, if you go, what happens for atomic size? Top to bottom, if you go down, what will happen for atomic size? All these we will discuss in this video. First and foremost, let us try to discuss what do you mean by atomic size? Size of an atom. Atomic size, the name itself says, it is the size of an atom. And how do you determine the size of an atom? See, can you all get an individual atom from an element? Imagine you have a piece of sodium. Okay, this is a piece of sodium element. So in this you will have so many atoms, crores and crores of atoms. Yes or no? And if you want to determine the size of the atom, you should get one single atom from this particular piece. Is it possible to get one single atom? Logically speaking, it is impossible to get one single atom out of such a big element, such a big piece. See, this small piece itself will contain crores and crores of atoms. They are combined with each other. How do you get that one single atom to know about the size? It's not possible, practically speaking, right? But nowadays we have a sophisticated instruments. Okay, we have instruments that will measure the atomic size of an element. Okay, element, one single piece you take, crores of atoms would be there. The atom's size we can measure with the help of instruments. Okay, so such sophisticated instruments scientists have been already discovered. So with the help of instrument, we are trying to find the size of an atom. Okay, but practically speaking, the size of an atom is nothing but the radius of an atom. Okay, we all know atom will have centrally nucleus. Okay, and around the nucleus you will have so many shells. Okay, and imagine this is the last shell in which the last electron is present. Okay, and atomic size is nothing but it is the distance between the center of nucleus and the outermost shell is called atomic radius. In other words, that itself we consider as atomic size. Okay, so what do you mean by atomic size? It is the distance between the nucleus and the last shell or last electron also you can say. Okay, anything is fine. So this distance, the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell, that distance we will call it as atomic radii, or we can also consider it as atomic size. Okay, and now you got to know what do you mean by atomic size. Okay, it is that distance only. That distance we can measure with the help of instruments. Okay, fine. And now the question is, we know so many elements have been arranged in our periodic table this way. And can you all tell me which elements are bigger and which elements are smaller here? And if I ask you a question, which is the biggest element and which is the smallest element, then what is your answer? Which elements have larger atomic mass is bigger. The elements has lesser atomic size is smaller. And now the question is, which elements have larger atomic size? The elements which are placed left side, group number 1 and group number 2, these elements are the bigger elements, and the elements which are present in the rightmost side of the periodic table are smaller. Okay, that means our atomic size decreases. Our atomic size decreases from left to right in a periodic table. Remember, these elements are biggest, and as you go on towards right side, size decreases, and you know, these elements are much smaller in size. Okay, so you should not connect to the atomic number. You see, atomic number of hydrogen is 1, atomic number of helium is 2, and atomic number of lithium is 3, atomic number of fluorine is 9. Atomic number of lithium is 3, atomic number of fluorine is 9. Fluorine is not bigger, lithium is bigger. Okay, don't ever connect the concept with atomic number. Okay, if an element has bigger atomic number, it doesn't make sense that it is bigger in size. No, that is not the concept. Okay, so these elements are bigger in size. I'll explain why. Okay, I'll explain why the size is decreasing from left to right in a periodic table. Okay, so this is a very, very important point to be noted, guys. Size always decreases from left to right in a periodic table. One important trend, it is due to the increase of effective nuclear charge. I'll tell you what it is. Effective nuclear charge. Okay, so what happens here is, okay, let me draw some illustrations here. Let us consider the elements of second period. Okay, second period, which elements will come? Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. And I just now told you, lithium is bigger in size, fluorine is smaller in size. Lithium's atomic number 3, fluorine's atomic number 9, but then fluorine is smaller in size, lithium is bigger in size. Okay, so let me do some illustrations here. Lithium. Okay, let me draw the atom of lithium. Lithium's nucleus. Okay, and how many shells will be present in lithium? See, I already told you, period number signifies the number of shells present in that particular element. No? So all these elements come in second period only. That means all these elements have 2 shells only. Yes or no? Number of electrons. This is our nucleus. And atomic number 3, no, you have actually 3 protons and 3 electrons. Okay, 3 electrons. 2 electrons here, 1 electron in the last shell. Okay, 1 electron in the last shell. This is our lithium atom, guys. Okay, atomic number 3 means what? 3 protons it has, 3 electrons it has. Protons are always inside the nucleus and electrons are always outside the nucleus. Okay, so this is the first shell has 2 electrons, second shell has 1 electron. Okay, fine. And I will draw the atom of beryllium here. So this is the nucleus of beryllium. Beryllium also has 2 shells only. Okay, and beryllium number of protons, atomic number is how much? 4. It has 4 protons and 4 electrons, guys. 2 electrons in the first shell. First shell capacity is only 2, no? 2 electrons, and remaining electrons are how many? Remaining 2 electrons in the second shell. Okay, and I will draw the atomic structure of boron, guys. Okay, boron atomic number 5, so it has 5 protons, 2 shells only. It also has 2 shells. First shell 2 electrons. Okay, and remaining 3 electrons are there in the outermost shell. Okay, and carbon's atom, 6 protons. First shell always 2 electrons, and the remaining electrons in the last shell. 6. First 2 are over here, so how many? 4 electrons in the last shell. Okay, like that, you know, nitrogen. Okay, and nitrogen, oxygen. Let me draw it quickly. Okay, nitrogen has how many? 7 protons. Okay, here 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so anyway, I'll skip oxygen. I'll directly write fluorine here because you all know the concept now. Fluorine, right? How many are there? 9 protons. It also has 2 shells. First shell has 2 electrons and the second shell has how many, guys? 7 electrons. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons. Okay, got to know. So this is the atomic atoms of the second period elements. Okay, fine. And now what will happen here is, see, positive charges is due to the number of protons present inside the nucleus. Okay. Negative charge, atom is actually neutral. Main atom, if you take, it is neutral because the number of positive charges is equal to the number of negative charges. Protons are positively charged. There are 3 protons, that means 3 positive charges. Electrons are negatively charged. There are 3 electrons. Electrons are negatively charged. 3 positive charges, 3 negative charges. So charges neutral, atoms are always neutral. Okay. And what will happen here, you know, as the number of protons increases, you know, the positive nature of the nucleus is increasing, no? Positive nature of the nucleus is increasing from left to right. Isn't it clear? Here the positive charges are 3, here the positive charges are 4, here 5, here 6, here 7, here 9. Okay, so the positive charge, that positive charge is increasing. Okay, and as the positive charge of the nucleus increases, the nucleus can pull the outermost electrons very tightly towards itself. Okay, got to know? As the positive charge of the nucleus increases, that particular nucleus pulls the outermost shell very strongly towards itself. And this positive charge experienced by the electron, we will call it as effective nuclear charge. Okay, so the electrons which are present in the fluorine will experience more positive charge compared to the electrons of lithium. Because in the lithium, how many positive charges, guys? 3. But the nucleus charge is more in case of fluorine. Okay, more positive charge is there, but the distance is same now. Everywhere, see, the distance is this. Distance is not, you know, distance is not increasing. Distance is same. Everywhere the outermost electron is there in the second shell only. Okay, the distance is same, but you know, positive nature of nucleus is increasing element to element. As the positive nature increases, you know, in case of fluorine, these electrons which are there in the last shell will experience more attraction. Will experience more attraction than the electron present in the lithium. Okay, got to know? So that particular charge we are calling it as effective nuclear charge. What do you mean by effective nuclear charge? The positive charge experienced by last electron from by nucleus, you can write. Okay, positive charge experienced by whom? Experienced by last electrons from nucleus. That is called effective nuclear charge. So what will happen if these guys are nicely attracted by the positive charge? The entire shell will move towards the nucleus, no? Entire shell is attracted towards the nucleus. Then the shell will slightly move near to the nucleus. Automatically what will happen to the radius, guys? What do you mean by our atomic size? It is the distance between the nucleus and the last shell. Since these guys are experiencing more attraction from the nucleus, the entire shell is slightly moving towards the nucleus. Nucleus is pulling the outermost shell towards itself. Okay, so when it is pulling the outermost shell towards itself, you know, automatically the radius will decrease, no? That means the size will decrease, no? Got to know? So it is because of this concept, you know, atomic size always decreases from left to right. Okay, what is the reason? It is due to the increase in the effective nuclear charge. What do you mean by effective nuclear charge? Positive charge experienced by last electron by the nucleus. Okay, so you know, the positive charge of a nucleus is getting increased. You can see here 3 protons means less positive charge, 4 protons means more positive charge. Likewise in fluorine, if you see 9 protons, more positive charge. So when you have that more positive charge, since the distance is same in every case, here in this case, since positive charge is highest, the last electrons are experiencing more attraction compared to these guys. Okay, since the electrons are more attracted towards the nucleus, the entire shell will pull towards the nucleus. It will move towards the nucleus. So automatically our radius, atomic size will decrease. Okay, so more the positive charge, as long as the distance, as long as the last electrons are present in the same shell, if positive charge increases, what will happen, guys? Atomic size always decreases. Okay, so this is a very important concept that you have to remember. Now, what will happen for atomic size when you go from top to bottom? This is again an interesting concept. Top to bottom. Okay, this is the atom of hydrogen. One proton you have and one electron you have. Electron is there in first shell. And coming to the lithium. Guys. Lithium, 2 shells are there, no? Outermost electron is here and lithium has 3 protons. Okay, whatever. And coming to sodium. Sodium, how many shells, guys? Okay, 3 shells. Outermost electron is here. And coming to the potassium, 4 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here also positive charge of the nucleus is increasing. I told you a concept like if the positive charge of a nucleus increases, the last electrons will experience more attraction, so the shell is moving towards the nucleus, so size is decreasing. That is what I explained here. But here, though the positive charge increases, where is the last electron? When you go from hydrogen to cesium, the last electron's distance is increasing slowly. Yes or no? Say, if the electron is there in a same shell, then you will observe this concept. But here the electrons are there in different shells, no? Say, in hydrogen, the last electron in first shell. In lithium, the last electron in second shell. Sodium, the last electron in third shell. Like that, this distance automatically, naturally, it is getting increased. The distance is naturally getting increased. Though the positive charge of a nucleus increases also, it doesn't make much sense because the outermost electron is somewhere outside. So automatically you will have less attraction from nucleus and outermost electron. When there is less attraction, you don't observe this concept like shell moving towards the nucleus and all. Okay, since the last electron is entering into the next shells, the shell number is increasing here. Okay, so though the positive charge increases, there is no effect only. The distance naturally is very much highest between the nucleus and the last electron as you go from top to bottom. So what will happen here? So from top to bottom, atomic size increases. Okay, so the next point is from top to bottom, atomic size increases because number of shells are increasing. Okay, so these are the 2 trends you have to remember, guys. Top to bottom, atomic size increases. What is the reason? Because number of shells are increasing. Though the positive charge increases, no doubt, positive charge is increasing. Then you can ask me a question, if positive charge increases, outermost shell should get attracted. No, ma'am. Even if it gets attracted, you see the distance from one element to another element. Okay, so number of shells are increasing, no. So even if positive charge increases, there is no difference. Size keeps on increases. Whereas from left to right, the last shell number is constant, no, in the period. Okay, so as the positive charge increases, the last shelled electrons will experience more attraction from nucleus. So the shell slightly moves towards the nucleus, automatically the radius decreases. So we say atomic size decreases from left to right. Okay, so these 2 points are very, very, very important. Okay, fine. So with this, I complete atomic size. In my next video, we will talk about electronegativity and electropositivity. If you like our video, please like it, share it, and subscribe our channel for more updates.